Hello friends, how are we doing today? I hope you are doing well as we welcome in April. Today we are doing a reading for the upcoming full moon. So this is being released in anticipation of the April full moon, April 2020. But if you are finding this at a later date, this is timeless. So today I have an assortment of tarot cards as well as oracle cards. Today's pick a card reading is all about the full moon and release. Full moons are really good for releasing, letting go of what is no longer serving you, cleansing. It's something that we all need right now, I do believe. So today's pick a card reading is done with a combination of tarot cards and oracle cards. Some of these cards you've never seen in readings before, so I am super excited to use them. If you are new to pick a cards, each of these piles has a selection of cards, and I would love it if you could listen to your intuition to pick the pile that is relevant to you. And just as a little disclaimer, you may have messages in multiple piles. So if you are feeling drawn to more than one pile, that is perfectly okay. Also, this is a general reading, so there may be messages within these piles that don't resonate. Don't stress over it. Don't worry about it. Let it go. Okay? Again, it's all about release right now. This is a general reading, so some messages may apply to you and others may not. That is perfectly okay. That's kind of how these things go. Okay? So this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. And this is pile number 3. Again, this tarot and oracle reading is all about what you need to release with this upcoming full moon. Let's get started with pile number 1. Hello to everyone who picked pile number 1. I have divided your reading into 3 parts. The first part, which is from the Totem Tarot, is illumination. What can no longer be hidden with this full moon? In the middle here, we have the Steampunk Tarot, and this is all about release. This is about what can you let go of. And then I have a combination of multiple oracle decks. We have Making Magic, we have the Magickal Oracle, the Numerology guidance deck, and the Enchanted Map Oracle. And these cards are going to be all about the transformation. What is getting ready to emerge, as well as tips on how to let this emerge. Okay? So we are going to start with the illumination section. What can no longer be hidden? So we're starting off with the Fool, the Ten of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So right off the bat, I apologize for the airplane that's going overhead. Despite less air travel, I live in a major city, so there's quite often airplanes. So with the Fool especially here, but also with this Ace of Swords, I feel like you guys are hiding something that you've always wanted to do. This might be a passion that's always interested you. This could be a type of person. This could be hiding your sexuality. This could be hiding your gender. There's something that's been within you for a while, and it's wanting to emerge. This is something that it's not that it needs to be illuminated to you. You know that this exists. But it's something that, with this Ten of Swords, this is something that you have been voluntarily hiding from other people. I feel like it's a very complex issue, and really you feel safe by not sharing it, but you're also feeling like you're at the point where you are ready to step past this and step into your own. The King of Cups, this is very emotional energy. And again, this could even be something that you've hidden because someone made fun of you for something. It's a fear. It is. With this Ten of Swords, it is a fear that's been hiding and lurking. It might even be something that you don't remember, but once it starts to come to the surface, emotions may start flooding back, and it might be hard to handle at first, but you can get through it. Okay? But again, with this Ace of Swords and the Fool, this is something that it's something that needs to be illuminated. It's something that you need to focus on, because it is so much a part of who you are. This could even be a job, like a career that you've always wanted to pursue but you've never done because, maybe just the status, in quotation marks, wasn't as high as you wanted it to be, or the pay wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. But now you're coming to a point in your life where your happiness is trumping all those other things. Okay? So let's move on to the Steampunk Oracle, and this is what do you need to let go of? Okay, so now the Steampunk Tarot, I'm going to put it over here. We have the Six of Engines and the Messenger of Submersibles. So the big question here is release. What can you let go of? The Six of Engines is all about, it's about victory, but it's about recognition, it's about vindication, it's about other people basically telling you you've done a good job. And then we have the Messenger of Submersibles, and this card is all about trust. It's about using your intuition. It's about listening to yourself. Very much what I was speaking about with these cards up here. So, but as to what you can let go of, I feel like what these cards are telling us is that it's time to let go of needing other people's approval for what you're doing, and also about letting go of relying on people to get you somewhere. Okay? So, yes, we need people in our lives. We need to be able to have people we can trust, people we can rely on. But I feel like there's a balance here that's being misrepresented. Instead of relying on people to praise you when you've reached a goal, instead have those people become a part of your journey and have them help you along the way. Because then not only are they proud of you for the end goal, and not only are you proud of yourself for the end goal, but this is something that you may accomplish together. It's working together. So it's like letting go of the need to control everything and then expect people to celebrate you in the end. Like if you've got all these fireworks going off in the end, if you close the door to people along the way, they're not really going to want to help you, or not help you. They're not really going to want to celebrate the end goal because you shut them out long ago. So it's about trusting other people to help you along your journey. Might even be trusting people to help you with whatever this Fool and Ace of Swords energy is, this thing that you are hiding. Maybe if you feel the need, how do I want to phrase this? It's almost like you've been hiding for so long that the world is a completely different place. Your friends are completely different. Your parents are completely different. And what you might have perceived as once being called a negative towards this might be a different, perceptions might be different now that time has gone on and people have learned, people have grown, everyone has learned and evolved along their life. And it's time for you to step into your own and really find out who those people are that you can trust. Okay? So we're going to move into your oracle cards, and this is all about the transformation. This is about what is getting ready to emerge, and it might also be about tips for this transformation. So first we're starting with the Numerology guidance deck. Rebirth. Yeah. There is definitely a big change for you, group number 1. And then we have the card of timeout. I feel like this isn't going to happen overnight. That's what this timeout card is telling us. Again, with this messenger of submersibles, this is trusting the process, but you have to almost step out of this timeout, like this energy where you've just said, no, I'm not doing it. You're going to trust yourself, trust your instincts, and again, trust the people around you to help you with this rebirth. Okay? But this is also telling us that, like, along the way, if you need to take a break, if you need to pause, you need to listen to yourself, listen to your emotions, listen to your body, listen to that deeper knowing that's inside of you, as to the path that you need to take. Okay? And then we have the card of solitude. And I feel like solitude is telling us that, it's like this messenger of submersibles. This is very independent energy. And even the pandas, like a panda is a very independent creature. They don't cross paths with other pandas very often. And so you almost need to release some of this control where you feel like you have to go it alone. Again, this is all about release. So if you're really wanting this rebirth process, and the person who you will be on the other side might need to step out of their shell a little bit more, welcome people into their lives. So we have the card of air. Work with the element of air to cut through the core of the situation and see the truth. And then we have dragonfly. You bring light to this world. And self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. I feel that self-confidence is where everything is going to begin. We can't move forward and bring other people into our lives without the confidence to do so. So if you do need to be this solitary creature at the moment, then that is what you need to be. But again, we had the Six of Engines, and this is about looking for recognition from other people. So if you do want this recognition of other people, you can't just expect it in the end. You have to involve them throughout the whole process. You need to invite them into your life on more than just when you need praise. And then we have Parsley, which is the card for attraction. And we've got this magnet here. Again, I feel like this, maybe that's, I'm kind of talking to myself, but maybe that's what it is. This rebirth, this transformation is going to be what's helping you to bring in others through perhaps this self-confidence. Maybe you've needed this solitude time, or it could even be that you need to take a little bit of time for solitude to understand where it is that you're going, to be able to attract the people, the things into your life that you want. If this is about manifestation, then it's about releasing the patterns that have got you to where you are. And again, with this King of Cups here, beavers build dams, right? They put up these amazing walls and they hold the river back. And I feel like the energy that you've been putting out has been holding that river back. But now it is time for rebirth with this new level of trust. It could even be new ideas. But it's like with this air card here, it says cut through the core of a situation and see the truth. So it's like you've been holding something back. And I feel like, again, it's something deep within you. You've been holding something within you back because you didn't want the world to see it. But now it is time to let the world see that side of you. It's the trusting of the process here and taking that leap. And when you can do that, then the things that you desire in life, be it the relationships, the wealth, the health, the career, whatever it might be, that will start flooding in because you are trusting yourself. It's with self-confidence, self-belief. It's a rebirth into a new person. We had this time out card, right? I'm getting stuck on my lights. And this time out card, I'm not quite sure. Now, some of you might be at different points in this journey. Some of you might be exiting out of this time out, which is why it's really fitting with the release of the full moon. Others of you might need to focus on what this energy is, this thing that needs to be illuminated, and then take time out to process that before the release will really begin. Again, this isn't rushing. This is quite slow-moving energy for you guys. This messenger of submersibles is looking quite fast, but otherwise we have very still, peaceful kind of energy. Like the water behind this King of Cups, it's smooth. Pandas are very slow, like their digestion is slow. They're not overly energetic kind of creatures. We've got the water in this solitude card, again, very slow. And it's not until this release is happening that the fireworks and also the more stirred up kind of energy of the water here, it's not until this release that things are going to start to move. So you may need to sit in this illumination period to bring light to what it is that you're wanting to release, what it is that is going to encourage this rebirth process. But I feel like once you do get past that time out phase, that shadow work phase, that understanding of where you've been so that you can know where you want to go, once you can kind of get a grip on what is hidden, then things are going to start to move quickly, and this rebirth process will happen rather quickly. Okay, group number 1. So that is my full moon release tarot and oracle reading for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye, group number 1. Hello, group number 2. How are you guys doing today? Today we are doing a little bit of a spread. So we are doing a spread. These first cards, which are from the Totem Tarot, are the illumination aspects of your full moon release. This is about what can no longer be hidden. In the middle here we have the Steampunk Tarot, and this is about the release. What can you let go of? Then over here we have a combination of different oracle cards, and this is the transformation. This is about what is getting ready to emerge and tips on how to help this process. Okay, so let's get started with the illumination section of this reading. So you have the Three of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. So first of all, this is something that is burdening you. Okay, with this Ten of Wands, whatever this is hidden is burdening you. I also do feel like this is kind of a slow-moving energy. So this might be something that has been blocking you, holding you back for a while, and it is slow to release. You are getting closer to where you need to be to release this energy, but I feel like you're not quite there yet. Like even with this giraffe, like reaching up into these trees, he's just not quite there at those pentacles yet. So close, but not quite. But as you keep reaching for your goals, as you keep working on what is holding you back, then this will begin to emerge. Okay? With this storm on this cloud, and even this card is quite dark. It looks very windy. This could be something that when you start to connect with this energy, I almost want to say, like, be prepared for tears, be prepared for anger, for fear. There's going to be a lot that's going to come out with this when you finally bring it up. But again, it's getting there is going to be a slower process. We've got this with this lovely ancient tortoise here. This is something that has been hidden for a long time, and you continue to suppress. But it's almost like I'm hearing like the wisdom of the tortoise. It's like as you learn things. I'm not sure if this is things about the world around you, as you learn things about yourself. This could be you on a personal development journey. Something is going to click. This could even be a memory from the past that will make this click. And then it's kind of like the emotions are going to be coming, kind of flooding out. Again, with the wind both on this card and this card, I feel like once you can tap into this, it's going to kind of overwhelm you, but not in a negative way. Like this is being prepared to be released and let go, and then there's going to be something beautiful on the other side. So let's step into your Steampunk Tarot now and figure out what this release is going to be. So you have the Seven of Submersibles and the Ace of Airships. So the Seven of Submersibles, this is very controlling energy. This is, it's indulging in addictive behaviors. It is overly controlling. It is, just, the expression my way or the highway. That's the kind of energy I get with this. Like, the captain of this submersible is doing it one way and one way only, and if you don't like it, then you can get out of his ship, But again, you're underwater, so how are you going to get out of the ship? So you're kind of trapped, right? And then we have the Ace of Airships. And this is new ideas. This is trusting the universe, trusting yourself, and just knowing that things are going to happen the way they need to happen. So it's almost like this is the release here, going from needing to control everything to accepting that the universe has your back and you can reach your dreams. And maybe, so going back to this storm that I was sensing here, it's almost like this thing that's going to cause you to feel, feel all the big feelings might be around something that you can't control, which actually really makes sense with the current global circumstances. There's a lot of things that are out of control right now. And, perhaps like this, I don't want to say negative things are going to happen, but something out of your control might happen, which will push you to release this need to be so in control. Again, this could be actual circumstances, but this could also just be a mental shift to, you get so overwhelmed with the situation at hand that you decide, you're like, you know what, I don't need to control every single aspect. And like that's kind of what's coming out of this energy. And that might be what this tortoise is. I was saying, like, there's some intellectual energy here with this tortoise. It's this new understanding that you don't have to control every little step of the way to get what you want. So take this big airship here. Do you think one person built this all by themselves? The idea may have been from one person, but then you need engineers and designers and people to build it, people to build the engines versus the windows versus, like there's all sorts of things that go into that, different trades that need to come together. Just like in your life, like there might be different people that need to come together, different events that need to coincide to reach your dreams, and you can't always control each and every single one of those events. So I feel like what you need to release is this desire to control everything. Let's pull some of your oracle cards. We're going to start with the Magickal Herb Oracle. Courage. Yeah. It's the courage to trust the people around you, to trust the universe, to trust yourself even. When you need to control everything, sometimes it comes from a place of fear. Either fear that someone else could do it better than you, or fear that someone else won't live up to your expectations. But there's also usually a lot of fear around whether you can live up to your own expectations. So to get through this, to emerge on the other side of this transformation, it is going to take courage. Listening to yourself, listening to others, and not listening to respond, but listening to actually hear. So often we listen to respond, right? We just want to hear the information, say our bit, and go. And usually it's, it's almost argumentative. It's not really, it's just to add opinion, not necessarily to add value. So it's about slowing down, listening, and if you do need to respond, make sure it's responding with value. teaching and learning. That fits really well with that tortoise. It's a very, again, very intellectual energy. And don't forget, teaching and learning. We need to listen to be able to learn. And when we have learned all that we can teach that to others. This isn't about doing it alone. You might feel very much alone at times. And again, like it's this need to control your own environment. But we can bring other people in, whether they are the teacher or whether you are teaching them. And I mean, this doesn't have to be on a professional level, like this, just one-on-one relationships with friends. It's always about give and take. And then we have the card of forgiveness, and that's very interesting, because the first thing I heard when I flipped that over was yourself. But I do also feel like you guys have to forgive other people. This control might be because you have been let down in the past when you asked people to help you. Perhaps, you wanted to learn something and you were let down. You need to forgive others. You need to forgive yourself for I don't want to say anything negative about where you are on your path right now, because where you are is where you need to be right now. But I do feel like in order to move forward from this block, you need to forgive yourself for getting to where you are. But again, to move forward, you had to get to where you are. But forgiveness is just a part of the process. Fire. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion, and positive transformation. And then we have the festival. Creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. It's kind of like this festival is where you're going. On the other side of this, just like this airship here, this ace of airships, there is something big, miraculous, glorious, fantastic on the other side of this transformation. But you do have to listen to yourself, and you have to forgive yourself and have the courage to move forward, to release this energy here. Okay. So that is my reading for you, group number 2. I hope you enjoyed this tarot and oracle reading about your full moon release. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello, group number 3. How are you guys doing today? Today's tarot and oracle reading is all about the full moon release. Divided this reading into 3 different piles. We have pile number 1, which is about your illumination. What can no longer be hidden? Pile number 2, and this is the Animal Totem Tarot. Pile number 2 is the Steampunk Tarot, and this is about your release. What can you let go of? And then pile number 3 is a combination of different oracle decks. We have the Magickal Herb Oracle, Making Magic Oracle, Numerology Guidance deck, and the Enchanted Map Oracle. And these are about your transformation. This is about what is getting ready to emerge, as well as tips on how to encourage that transformation. Okay, so we're going to get started with the first part of this, which is the illumination. So we have the 6 of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and Temperance. So first of all, with this Page of Swords, I feel like you guys are running away from something. And that something is probably what can no longer be hidden. With the Hermit and the Temperance card, I feel like this is something that has been weighing on you, something that you have been feeling like kind of out of balance from, but you've just been ignoring it. But with the Six of Swords, it's time to take the leap of faith, to go for it, and to just, it's like instead of running away from it, it's time to just do a 180, face it head on. I do feel like whatever you've been running away from, confronting it will be easier than you think. Okay. The Six of Swords. It's interesting because so we've got this sugar glider here, flying squirrel, something like that. And it's jumping from tree to tree, but going in between these swords, and it's over this raging river. It really is a big leap. It's really trusting that it needs to go for it. And I feel like this is kind of summing up your energy. It's something that you've almost been psyching yourself out of. Again, just running away, like I'm going in the opposite direction. It's like this is your balance and you're running away from it. But you're running to this Six of Swords, this Page of Swords. He's running in this direction. So you're running in the direction to take this leap. Even though you feel like you're kind of maybe running away from your problems, but you're almost, it's like you're going to hit something that it's illuminating. You're going to get there and it's going to be like pop, like, and it's going to be illuminated and you're going to see it. It's interesting. You've got this praying mantis and his two antennae are kind of cupping around the sun. Talk about no illumination, right? But again, this is what this bird is running away from. Like you've got the Hermit and the Temperance card, and he's running that way. But you're going to have to take the leap to come back. And Temperance is about balance. So I feel like, while running away from this, you feel like you're running away to keep the balance, but in fact it's doing the opposite. When you can come back and you can face this, there is going to be so much more balance restored to your environment. With this Hermit card, I'm feeling like it's a lot of how you have perceived the outside world. It's like you haven't let them see the real you. So like the sun is behind them and he's using that sun to see really clearly what is in front of him. But have you ever taken a picture of someone and the sun's behind them? Usually they're completely in shadow. And it's like you're that person in shadow. You're not living up to your full potential, and that you have so much more to offer, but you have to be willing to show it. Okay? It's like you have to turn around and face the sun. Spread your wings and fly. Any other number of phrases I could come up with. So let's go on to the release with your Steampunk Tarot. So you have the Aviatrix, the 8 of Submersibles, and the 2 of Submersibles. So this is really interesting energy because the Aviatrix is, she's the High Priestess. And this is about coming into your own, really embracing who you are, but also sharing who you are with the world and sharing your knowledge with the world. And then we have the 8 of Submersibles and the 2 of Submersibles. So again, the 2 of Submersibles is about communication, romance, partnership. But if you look at the imagery on this card, You can see them within their submersible, but they are still sheltered from the outside world within this. So it's like you may probably have a close-knit group of friends that you can trust, a close-knit group of friends who you are this aviatrix to. They get to see the real you, the full you, the you that is kind of hiding from the rest of the world. You do have this close group of friends that you do share with. And I feel like you kind of, when you do get together with these people and you get to have that sense of freedom, that sense of who you are, then you almost run into this Eight of Submersibles energy, which is fast energy. It's about, it's like getting out of there. Like there's this explosion in the background and this submersible is like rushing to get away. So I feel like when you do allow yourself to enter this aviatrix version of yourself, this persona, then it's almost like you want to, that's like there's two sides here. You want to rush to show everyone, but then you also get scared and start again going in that direction. You turn into this, like, you get really excited and then you rush to hide it again. You rush to get back into the safety of this close-knit community. I'm going to see more what it says with the transformation cards, but I'm feeling like this is about not rushing, okay? You feel the need to rush. It's about slowing down. This release, it's like it starts to happen quickly and then you shut it down. Nope, it's not happening. You come back to the safety of this Two of Submersibles. I'm going to put it over here. You come back and you don't ever let yourself spread your wings on a larger scale. But this release, this full moon release, is about taking your time and coming out of your shell slowly and at a pace that you feel comfortable with. Okay? So we had the Roadrunner here and this Flying Squirrel, and this is very fast energy. But then we come down to the Praying Mantis and the Flamingo. And I mean, flamingos can fly, and they can fly, at a considerable speed. But if you watch flamingos, they don't ever seem like they're in a rush to get anywhere. Same with the Praying Mantis, like, very, very slow, very calculated kind of movements. And so, like, it's like you need to release the idea that things need to happen fast. Whether this transformation to be who you are, like, this doesn't have to happen overnight. You don't have to just completely throw away the costume that you've been putting on and reveal the real you. You can take bits and pieces off slowly, okay? It doesn't have to happen super quickly. And I feel like maybe if you have been kind of working to show this side of yourself, then you've been thinking like, I got to do it all at once or I'm not going to do it at all. It's like maybe you need to release that idea and release the idea that it has to happen fast, because it's the speed that is almost nerve-wracking. Okay, so let's move on to your oracle cards. Let's start with your Enchanted Map Rescue. Again, it's when you've this fast-moving energy, when you're expecting this to just happen super quickly, that's when you're feeling like you need to be rescued, like you need to just put a stop to it. But also, if you look, like this card, they're being rescued in a hot air balloon. That is not fast-moving energy. So this rescue from what is being illuminated here is slow, okay? And then we have the card of compassion. Compassion for yourself. Compassion for your friends and family who are trying to help you through this. Then we have the card of effort and the card of change. This is also a lot of water energy here, guys. Water, water, water. There's water on this card. Water here. So this is a very emotional. It's very emotionally trying for you. So don't feel like your efforts are going unnoticed. Sometimes, like I was saying, with like the big changes, and we've got the card of change here too. Sometimes we think we need to make a big change to have an impact, which is not true. Little changes can have a big impact, and while you might not see a return on your effort as quickly, you might not, it might be more effort to do this slower over a long period of time, but this change is worth the effort that you are going to put in, okay? And then we have love charm. Attract a lover, soulmate, or life partner. I feel like this card is not so much speaking of someone else. I mean, it might very well be, but I'm feeling like this card is more speaking about a transformation for yourself. This is a love charm upon yourself to connect with this person who you are and almost fall in love with yourself again. Put a love spell on yourself. Positive affirmations, incantations, trusting yourself, trusting that you can do this. And if it is a partner that you want to attract, do you want that partner to be in love with the person who you feel you are now in this energy of suppressing who you really are? Or do you want them to be in love with the person that you want to be? And then the final card is Labyrinth. Transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. Yeah, this change. So, I mean, you guys pulled the Aviatrix, okay? This is the High Priestess. This change that is coming is a big one. You are releasing what is blocking you from entering this High Priestess energy. You are releasing what is blocking you from ascending to another level of consciousness. But it is time to stop running away from this change. And it is time to put in the effort, whether it be personal development, working on your confidence, working on your self-love, working on feeling balanced within yourself, working on feeling in alignment. That effort is really going to help. And I feel like with this full moon release, you're going to start realizing that you don't have to run away from this anymore. Okay, group number 3. So that is my tarot and oracle reading for you. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.